everyone, welcome back to my channel. The reason why I wanted to do this video was because I thought if people can see that I've done it, and I don't have a lot of talents, okay? But one thing I know how to do is manifest things into my life. And that's the main point really, is I just want to help people be able to change their lives, because believing in this sort of stuff completely changed my life, and I just hope that this can be helpful for somebody else. So first of all, it doesn't matter how big or small you want to dream. You dream as big as you want. I know some of my things I manifest are humongous, and just because they haven't happened yet, there's a timeline with everything. So it might be that it's still manifesting, but don't give up, or the timing's not right just yet, but it's gonna come. I'll talk about the small things I've manifested at first, and then I'll talk about the bigger things. The reason why I think the small things are important, because once you've mastered manifesting those small things into your life, then you'll think, oh my god, this really does work, and the big things won't bother you, because you'll know you'll be able to get them too, because you've successfully got the smaller things into your life. One thing I always wanted to do, which is I'm sure what everybody wants to do, or most people want to do, is travel the world. Now, I'm not a backpacker person, okay? Backpacking, sleeping in hostels with strangers and smelly people who probably don't wash. Is that stereotypical? Because I feel like that's very stereotypical. I mean, for one, how do you even fit everything for travelling in one backpack? So I still wanted to travel, I still wanted to see things, I wanted to be able to see things that I never thought I'd be able to see, but I just didn't want to backpack. It weren't for me. I wanted to still work, I wanted to still make a living, and I didn't want to be away from home for a long time. So I thought, right, let me think of what I can do. And I was like, you know what, cabin crew. So I did cabin crew, and I joined British Airways, and I stayed there for about 3 years, and it was the best time of my life. And I could talk to you all day about that, and if you ever wanted me to, just drop a comment and I'm more than happy to do a video if you want me to, how to help people get into cabin crew. Another thing is YouTube. I've tried to start up YouTube, I think twice before. Once when I was quite young, and again probably a couple years ago, and I've just never put everything into it. But I never had my personal space. In my head I was like, one day I'm gonna have my own vanity room. I was like, one day I'm gonna have, you know, this space where I can just do it how I want to do it, feel comfortable, have nobody around, so it's just pure silence, and be able to concentrate. And now lo and behold, I do, and I've started it back up, and I'm really into it, I'm really enjoying it. Obviously it's not as quick paced as you want it to be, but everything that's worth doing takes time, and I'm just so blessed to have this vanity room, which is something I've always wanted. And I was so lucky because my partner was like, yeah, you have that room to do whatever you want to do with now, which was great, because not many people would get that as well. So I've got my space now, which I felt like I manifested, which to me just makes me so happy, because we were lucky enough to have 3 double bedrooms in our house, and we kept the 2 as bedrooms, and then this one as a vanity room. This is probably going to sound really silly to some people, but to me it was like a big thing. One brand I really love is Buff Bunny, which is Heidi Summers, and she released these bags, which are the Game Changer bags, and as you can see it's got her logo there. I won't show you inside here because it's just full of masks and stuff, but at the bottom it had like a meal prep bit, which I just thought was so cool because I've never seen that before. There was loads of different compartments in here, like laptop compartments and everything, and I just wanted one for so long, and they kept selling out. Every time they were just selling out, and it was such a nuisance. I was like, oh, I really want this bag. And I just thought about it all the time, and it might sound ridiculous to some people, but I just thought about it all the time. So I just really want this bag. And about a month later, one popped up on eBay, and it was just somebody who had bought it and it wasn't for them, and they were reselling it, and I got it for cheaper than what I would have done, because obviously I would have had to have bought it from America. and it paid the import taxes as well. So I was just so, I mean, it still wasn't cheap, but I was just so happy. It's the little things, guys. You've got to appreciate the little things you manifest too. I have been obsessed with the Kardashians from a young age. I just absolutely love them. I love to follow them. I think they're brilliant. Obviously that's a bit of a controversial subject because some people are not too keen on them, but I always was like, oh, I would love to meet them. It would be so cool. Like, you know, how amazing would it be? And then when I was 18, I ended up going to London and I went to their Dorothy Perkins opening launch, and I managed to meet Kim, Courtney and Chloe and shake their hands and get their signatures, and it was just a super cool experience. And I was just like, wow, I cried the whole time. I looked crazy. Chloe looked at me like, are you okay? I was like, no. But yeah, that was really cool for me, and it was big for me because it's, you know, who's to say you'll ever meet these people again in your life? So for me, I just thought, wow, this was a really cool experience. Imagine meeting somebody you've always followed or always loved. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. You know, another thing I manifested was my relationship. Personally, I wanted somebody who, you know, would be obsessed with me and I would be obsessed with them, but in a good way. Like, I wanted someone who would just absolutely love me, cherish me, you know, treat me right, be really kind, you know, kind-hearted. That is the most important thing to me. Just be loyal and be kind. I don't care about anything else. And it took me 5 years. I was single for 5 years, which to me was good because I learned a lot about myself. I changed, I grew up, you know, I went out, I saved, I travelled the world. So it was a really good time for me to be single, and I think being single is so underrated. I think you can really build on yourself and build on your career when it's your time to be selfish. One thing that was super weird, I absolutely love Michael Caine. I think he's just brilliant. Like, you weren't supposed to blow the bloody doors off. I just love him. I think he's great. I just think he's absolutely brilliant. And on my last flight, coming back from, where was I coming back from? I think it was San Diego. I think San Diego was my last trip. It was either San Diego or I was coming back from Miami. I can't remember. And Michael Caine was on my flight, and I was like, and weirdly, like, I used to think about meeting him a lot. I don't know why. I just really took a liking to Michael Caine. So that was a really bizarre but cool experience because I thought, wow, I actually met quite a lot of celebrities through working for British Airways, and it was really nice to meet those people. So another thing I manifested was this orchid tree. Now you're probably going to be thinking, what the hell? Let me tell you how difficult and expensive it is to get a fake orchid tree. Don't even go there. But I literally saw this tree. I saw this man carrying this like white orchid tree in TK Maxx, and I was like, oh my god, where are they? Because that's exactly what we've been looking for. And when we went to the garden centre, they were like 300 quid. So I was like, oh Alex, like let's follow him. And then he just put it down and he just left it and he walked out the shop, and I was like, and I could not see another one anywhere. So I picked it up and I ran to the till and bought it, and it was reduced. It was down to £100. And I thought, God is good all the time. And all the time God is good. And that, honestly, I couldn't stop speaking about it for days because I kept going on about this fake orchid tree. So this is my beautiful baby. Now my biggest achievement manifesting will be my home. And the reason I say that, not only is it exactly decorated to how I want it, like light grey carpets, white walls, modern, big, spacious. Not only is it that, I saw this house on the market and I showed Alex and we were like, oh, we've got to see this house looks amazing. Came and saw the house, and on the same day we put an offer in. We were like, this is our house, like this is so us. We both just fell in love with it. Like, we were walking up the drive and we already knew on the drive. We just turned around to each other and was like, this is the house. And as soon as we went in, we were like, oh my god, like they left us to it to look around, and we were in the master bedroom, and we were like, we've got to get this house to each other. We were like, this is it, this is what we want. So we put an offer in the house, the offer got rejected, and then somebody else put the offer in and actually bought the house. And when I say we were heartbroken, we were heartbroken. I was so sad, I didn't sleep for days. It was just really crap because we really wanted this house. About a month or two went by and we were looking at other houses, and I was just like, no, like nowhere did it for me after this house, because I knew this was the house. And in my head I was like, it's still ours, like it's gonna come back to us. And I used to say to Alex all the time, the house will come back to us, this is our house, it will come back to us. And he'd be like, Jess, you need to let it go, like we haven't got the house. And I was like, no, I was like, I'm telling you, this house is coming back. And I think he was just trying to maybe be more realistic, I suppose, in a way, and say it had gone. But I had it in my head, I was like, no, this is still ours, it's gonna find its way back to us. But I still went and looked around anyway at other houses, and we'd put an offer in another house, and I just weren't happy. And Alex was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I put the offer in to make you happy. I was like, I'm not happy with this house. And the offer had actually fallen through because of it was a new build or whatever, and I think I can't remember what it was now. I think he needed like 15% with new builds or something like that, and we only had 10%. And anyway, I was just looking a couple months later. I was just looking on Rightmove again, and the original house I really wanted was back on the market. And I called Alex up straight away and I was like, oh my god, like the house is back on the market. And he was like, well, call them, put an offer in, like what are we doing? So I called up the estate agents and I was like, look, I've seen the house back on the market, is it back on the market? And they were like, yes it is, it's just come back on today. And I was like, wow, this is uncanny. And then I literally just put the offer in, what they wanted, and we got it. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, we got the freaking house, we got the house. And I called Alex up and I was like, we've got the house, like the house we wanted, the one we really wanted, the one we lost sleep over, the one I told you that was going to come back to us. And we got it. And I felt like I put so much into the universe to get that house back to me that it came back. And some people might say that's just coincidence, that's just that. I don't care, maybe it is. But for me, if I keep thinking positively and I keep thinking that I'm attracting these things and these things are happening for me, it might be a hell of a lot of coincidences, but I don't care because it's still making me positive and it's still making me be a better person. So for me, it was just the best thing ever. And then obviously now we have the house and we couldn't be more happy in this house. You could stay here for a very long time. Obviously eventually we'd like to go bigger and have, you know, be a bit more rural. But for now, this is so perfect for us, and it will be so easy to sell because it's just a beautiful home. That was my best success story. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment if there's anything you want to see, how you liked, if you liked the video. You know, just let me know. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how your girl's doing. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I really appreciate that. Currently, while I was filming this, I'm on 222 subscribers, so really want to try and get to like 500 and then up, and just, yeah, really want to do it. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, thank you.